Good morning. Let's talk about things that contain human effigies. And I've separated the piles, the red stones from my former yard, and just various things from nearby locations. Okay. So I was working on this one last night, and this is the one that had the masked people in it, with the bones sticking out. So recap that these are animal hide ornaments. So this side you kind of see like there's like a animal head facing the right, with the bone being the nose. So I'm not this was confusing because it appeared to be like maybe one face here, and then it looked like the hand was pushing masks off. So I can't understand what metaphor that is, but it's very interesting. So on this side, so I strengthen these lines, and so whenever you see something that appears to be a mammoth or mastodon, so here's the trunk, and then it has a leg here. And that dates it. I was able to see it had a pretty nice tail too, but there's a face, like an effigy, stuck right on top of its closest the back, on the back leg here. So there's like my thumb is right below the leg, and so I'm very curious as to. I see this guy has like a lot of decoration. Like, is it braid work? Is that like a crown, a headdress of some kind? I mean, it makes me very interested, because one of the things that they always show, like the paleo natives looking like, every time they're shown in books, nobody knows what they looked like, so they always show them in like rags, like they're wearing like animal skin, because they're too unintelligent to know how to sew things. They put them together, so they're just wearing like these rags. Obviously, a lot of these show signs of stitch marks. These are animal hide, like I said. Maybe some of the images might be kind of like pressed in or embossed, or however that's done. But there's clear signs that they like to braid their hair. And this feature right here, this is like a spirit. And you can see that's the nose. And there's that kind of, I don't want to say stereotypical, but kind of the Roman nose that a lot of these people had. I like this one. I don't know, this kind of looks like a bird up here, but there seems, or could be something else. I didn't want to trace it too much. It used to have paint on it, and then I removed the paint. But I found this is a face. You can see the lips, and then there's a braid. And it appears that there's another face here. And I kind of got this sense, and then, oh yeah, there's a big face here, so I'm assuming that's someone who's passed away. Long story, but it seems like I think these sleeping bears have something to do with the deceased. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this. I just kind of pick up on some patterns and things. so it looks like there's a kind of a spiral pattern going on here. And you see there's a figure here. I'm assuming that there's a body down here. And this is a woman, and I feel like there's like a symbolic of life, death, you know, rebirth. I get that sense. It's just a hunch, okay? Anyway, even if a lot of these have animals in them, usually the art is layered. There's some kind of humans depicted, like, okay, so it seems like there's an animal looking to the left here, but I found this kind of funny face. This guy here has that kind of like turkey tails type headdress going over his head. I mean, there's a lot of symbolism in this one, and I've brought this one out before, and yet, yes, it's painted, and I wouldn't see all this detail if I didn't paint trace it. Because if you look in like these lines, this one definitely has thread going right around that bird. So there was a lot going on back here, so it helped me to actually remove the paint on this side. So there was a lot of animal heads and things going on. It was really crazy busy. Okay, so that tells you something about the culture. This one is kind of crudely traced, but this graininess, that you see on this, that's hair follicles. So it's kind of a rough shape, but it's kind of nice. It's crude, but it's like there's these stitch lines on it, and it still has the same human face, and I kind of enjoyed kind of tracing over it, and it's more of like a meditative thing. It's not the prettiest one, but it was just kind of interesting. Okay. This one had like, that's the one that is, and I found like some little hidden details on it. So even in here, with a very fine brush, I found that there's like, there's a face along there. There's a face along here. I mean, are they depicting particular people? And this, I found this symbol before, like a woman, supposedly a woman, because there's other things with people carrying things on their back. So I'm assuming like woman carrying the child on her back. Maybe that's a sign of respect and beauty, womanhood. Sorry. I mean, you can just kind of see her, like the head there. I didn't pull out the one that I had with the woman with the crouching with the child on her back. If you look through my videos, you can find it. This one. So this was pretty cool, because like you can see this effigy with the lips and nose, and looking to the left. And then when I turned it that way, I traced this man is flaying the bear's head. So this gave me a hint that, okay, he's taking the skin, and like even when he's doing that, like you can see the skin is being peeled back, and there's like that's the part that he removed, and this area is pink. That's the natural color of the artifact. I found that he's holding, you can even see the shape of whatever his cutting tool in his hand. I determined that this area here is like a fur coat, so it's Ice Age, and he's even got a nice sleeve. So think Ice Age, they're not wearing rags, they're wearing something that keeps them warm, and this is, flaying the bear to keep. I found over here, I found this little, like a face and like a baby over here. So yes, I had made a bunch of marks, but it's hard to see, but his sleeve turns into a hand that's tending to the baby. So there's your little story there. It's like this man is providing for his family, to keep the baby warm and keep the family going, because it's the Ice Age, and that's how they survived. Okay, so I also found, I talked about this one yesterday, and this one just kind of intrigued me because of all this graininess, and I figured that's probably whiskers. That's probably the natural, the hair follicles. They're very thick, so I'm just going to assume they're like the whiskered part of some kind of animal. And like when I've lined it up to this lion head here, it's like perfect. Like the pattern just kind of follows it. Okay, so, but like I said, I think that's probably like a crease in the skin right there. So something with thick hide and thick whiskers. I find this a lot. You have the head of a human, but then like kind of like a headdress type of thing with this area flowing back. So make of that what you will. Over here, we kind of got that too. This is from the west. This is like a Roxbury area where you have these almandine garnets. Hard to see, but you've got this. There's a human effigy chipped right on the side there. I can only speculate if this is like the same time period, but it's almost like, face and then going back there. This could be interpreted as a lot of things, and I kind of see a face over here on the right. It's an eye here, a nose. Kind of looks like an animal head with the eye here, ear back here. This is like if I flip it over to this side. This is the side I like. I mean, you have to tilt it at an angle because nobody's head is this pointed unless they created that. But if I turn it this way and imagine there's actually a chipped in eye. It's like not too far from the nose, and it's I can't see it, but it's very intense when you see it. Okay, so here's the nose right here. But if we turn it back, I mean, this guy looks pretty ominous. You can see his mouth there, these big almandine garnets there. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this piece. I'm still looking for that eye. Maybe I see it when the light is different. It's like right in there about. I'm going to say it's probably there. This is from, I think, this is from spider weeds. And there was a lot of these mica schists. And you can kind of see, like, I don't know what this is, like maybe the hair comes up and then maybe this is like a braid. You can kind of see the repeating pattern kind of going down. But yeah, this is lips, nose, eye, something's, like hair. And it's like there's like a darker tone here. So it feels like this was like, made, It's almost like there's a feather or something going up here, like his hair is blowing in the wind. I believe this was once a turtle head, because you can see the turtle here. And, maybe things were squashed together to form this, so it kind of looks like, okay, on this side it looks like a headdress. That's a kind of turtle head. Flip it on the other side. This is kind of cool. So you get caught up with one side being a turtle head. Over here there's, so eye, nose, this is like a big, probably, big cat, like an American lion. You see its mouth down here and chin by my finger. I was able to turn it and I saw a human face. Well, that could be a human face, I suppose. I saw something else, but I guess it's like, maybe it's not that necessary. Okay, well, we see it. And that was actually found probably about a mile from where I live right now. That's from Sharon, and I kind of like put my finger on a little hole there, and there's different things in this. But I see like this little guy, it's like kind of cute. It's got like little hands here, and then there's like a face here, but this kind of looks like a headdress. Something's going on there. Seems kind of like, something it's a little vague, but there seems to be things going on. I think there's a face there. Nose. Just makes you wonder how old, what culture was doing this. I know where I got this from. It was not that far away. Okay, so pay attention to the mica patterns, but there is the mica has a nose, a chin. This black area seems to be another headdress. You also see this face along here, nose, and there seems to be a face here too. So this is like a repeating pattern. I mean, whether you like it or not, people have been in these areas for thousands of years. I mean, whether you want to say I have pareidolia, like I have, stinky feet or psoriasis or something like that, Huh, it looks like a bear head or something, the flat head, ear, nose. See, I never noticed that before. They don't have like the same cares and worries that we have now, and they can do art because they're human. And I never saw this one either. There's an open mouth there, eye, ear. I'm going to explore that. Nose, open mouth, eye, ear. Oh, I'm seeing a bunch of things that I didn't see before. See, there's always new things to discover. Now what does that turn that guy into? So when you turn these over, they're going to be something else, because I think these people just had, I think these ancient people just had a unique way of looking at things, and it's a lost art. Oh, look at this. There's a guy looking to the right. His nose is in front of my finger. I don't think that's coincidence. So, I'm going on 20 minutes here talking. And this is the hunter. These are repeated symbols. Okay, so see the little hunter. He is facing, he's cute. You have to admit that. He's facing the right. If you turn him to this way, you've got a snapping turtle. Now you've got a big hunter facing the left. Okay, and you can see like he's got a little raccoon with a tail sticking out down here, so he's carrying his bounty. And I think that's what these represent, is we've gone hunting and we've got a bounty of things that we've taken down to bring home to our tribes and our families. And there's other things to see on this. There's actually quite a bit. Like this way becomes like a porcupine. You can see they even drew a face on it. I didn't do that. This is too beautiful of a piece, and you can see a little spines on that. That has a lot on it. Somebody was just, this is just their thinking process. This is culture that seems to be somewhat lost, but I think we can still kind of see it in the Latin art, you know. Some of it, you know. This one is, okay, we've got the hunter walking away with a bear on his back. If you have trouble seeing that, give it a second. Okay, so legs are down here. There's the bear's head, and there's a paw. He's even got a tail. I have trouble, like when I turn it this way, it seems like I'm seeing something else. And I try to say, you know, it's not the same thing going around. So I see a face here, and you can see all the chip marks and everything. Let me see if I can like prop it somehow. I can't. You can see that face. There's an arm. Is this another mother carrying her papoose on her back? Possibly. It kind of looks like somebody carrying another. Or are they dancing? Maybe that's open for interpretation. I turned it this way, and I was like, oh, look, there's the back of the bear. And the guy is walking away, and there's the back of the bear. Yeah, it kind of looks like that. But I also noticed, like later on, it looks like an eagle landing. You see like the beak down here and the legs. I don't know, but this just seems like a very cool culture. Why did they do this? Why did they want to see things like this? And you know what? I know this is not, okay, I did say they're unique. Every one of these pieces is unique. But we're seeing this in different areas in the world, except you might have different species of animals that they're working with. I have, you know, friends in different, okay, so I just don't want to like name names or anything like that, but yes, we're seeing things like this in different areas of the world that are very similar. It mostly seems in the Americas, but very cool. Okay. So now I got to put all this stuff back, and I hope everyone has a great day.